Welcome to episode 699 of Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help you get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Jonathan Sturgill, and this is a creator that wants to help us learn guitar lately, as well as this creator features a lot of product reviews, instruments, and gear comparisons on their channel. You get more of an idea from their About page, where they do a great job of telling you exactly what to expect. And then this creator is knowledgeable in all things music and can give us some insight as to what we can expect to hear in the next 5 to 10 years, let's just say, based on new hardware that's come out, new AI systems that are changing music. Some shorts on this channel have gotten up to almost 1,000 views. That will likely continue to grow. And this creator as well has a second channel called Product Scope. And this is where they bring complementary content in instrument and gear reviews and comparisons. It's a fairly new channel, so it might take a moment to find, but I will grab the handle and put that in the chat for everybody. We're doing a better service for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's names. But if you absolutely can't match that avatar in your search results, because your search results will be different than mine, then that handle can be used to copy and paste or type out if you need to. So Product Scope has a handful of videos, and already in halfway mark towards their first 100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that exciting milestone. I've got quite a few names on the wheel, but I'm going to put Carnival Cruise Addicts on the list right away. Thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and for that reason, your channel will be up next before we start spinning the wheel for the day. I've got quite a few names on there already. Marketplace Boutique is in the house. I'm putting them on. I saw their first ever live stream. I have to be honest, I skimmed through it. I think it was 2 hours if I wasn't mistaken, or at least an hour and a half. They were together with Backyard Trucker and gave us a nice fireside chat. So thank you for that. And I've got them on the wheel now. Scratching Wolf is in the house. Sweet Melissa is here. I've got a few names right at the top there. So Michael's Adventures and, of course, Scratch and PPA, as well as the Stock Explorer, are all beloved and dedicated moderators, some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of now about 7 years. And To Be Irish Live, thank you so much for popping in. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to say hello or give a thumbs up or run the stream in the background. We got a few friends that do that. Canadian Family Life is here. Ree's Blissful Connections and Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook are all on the wheel already. Rushing Wind Mountain, Scratch and Wolf, and Sweet Melissa have been added. Ron's Keto Cafe is coming in. And thank you, everybody, by the way. I know it was not really short notice, but no notice in moving today's live stream. I expected to do it a few hours earlier. I try not to move the streams around unless I absolutely have to, but today was essential. I just couldn't make it to where I am in time. We've got quite a few channels in the chat, so thank you everybody for coming in. Izzy Pop is in the house, of course. I'm going to get them onto the wheel with Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness, as well as I see Bass Fishing with Paul and Bella's Whisper Farmstead in the house. Crimson Skies and Intrepids are both here. Life as Jaleesa, it's always good to see you in the house. And William Birding the Tires has been with us just about every day since finding Tuber Chat just a couple of weeks ago. So thank you everybody again for coming in, and this is the very last stream that we're going to have until Sunday, episode 700, if you can believe it. That is absolutely real. We've been here for almost 4 years, and a few weeks from now will be our 4-year anniversary as well. But I always do something special on a 100 episode, and I have a couple of extras in mind for Sunday. So I hope everybody will join us. I might even plan to have an extended stream, which I should let our moderators know about as well. And just plan right now that it'll probably go for 4 hours. Then I don't have to worry about the idea of it not quite doing that. And Roadkill Gaming Jory, thank you very much. Okay, I won't put you on the wheel for now, but I always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And if for any reason you don't want to be, you can let me know. But I always want to promote channels based on the way we, have for the longest time here and this and that. Carnival Cruise Addicts picked up a gifted membership from Izzy Pop there. I would put them on the wheel, but they're already queued up ready to go next because they dropped that super chat. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But I will add names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream for today, and most days we expect to be here for 3 hours. Now, as well, we have Michael's Adventures coming up with a premiere. Canadian Family Life was letting us know that they got kicked over there right away. So after Tuber Chat, we'll go right into Michael's Adventures. He is, like I said earlier, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. And he posts at least every day, sometimes twice a day. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. And Fishhead Videos, yes, good to see you. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And then, oh, my dear goodness, Mr. Fulton Mraz is a friend of over 4 years now. So thank you for the news, and hopefully you're all doing what it takes to help that situation. And we will be thinking about you, and our prayers will be with you, of course. AceFlaw1 is another friend of about 4 years as well, since before Tuber Chat even started 4 years ago. Oh, and then thank you, Roadkill Gaming Jory. Yeah, sometimes we need a break, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Even I've had a few forced breaks, just either being sick or losing a voice. But if it wasn't for that, I probably would have taken a little bit of time here and there. Most of you who've seen me on other channels or my personal channel know that I'm always behind over there, so I get plenty of break from that. So thank you again, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for your patience when it comes especially to moving the stream at the very last second there. And I will do all that I can to make sure we don't move Sunday. I have no reason to move that right now. So I believe I've got it set for 3 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, we might, we'll expect 3 hours, but we might go as far as 4 hours depending on how things turn out. So at least we can think about that now and not have to worry about racing at the end. So hopefully everybody's doing okay in the chat, meeting new friends and family members. And thank you for that, Bass Fishing with Paul. Yes, we always do something special on the 100 episodes. And I always make it a surprise. Nothing big, just something different, right? But on the first 100 episodes, you will see that I actually had a special guest with me. And on that note, I have some very exciting and informative content coming up. I think things that almost nobody is going to expect. And what I've been able to get and record with the help of a few other very influential creators, I promise you, is gold. It's what we've all been waiting for far too long. So I'm going to be happy to share that probably right after our 4-year anniversary, which is coming up in just a few weeks. But I will bring a couple of surprises into the 700th episode this Sunday. Carnival Cruise Addicts is coming up. So Jonathan Sturgill was put up on the screen as a featured channel. I feature a different channel almost every single day based on impact and generosity that we've seen within the YouTube community. And we do that literally so that you can meet loyal and dedicated supporters even when we're not live streaming. So Jonathan Sturgill has been incredibly supportive. I believe he supports on all of my channels now. He's been helping us out with our copyright-free music channel. For those of you who haven't seen that yet, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that. There's a virtual 24-hour live stream going with a virtual nightclub, a video game everybody can participate in with the chat, and things pop up on the screen and people trickle in and out of there all the time. Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She has done that countless times before. And I will put her channel up next. Same as Carnival Cruise Addicts here, because they did the same thing. And like I said before, we put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, which should be 3 hours. And then, Canadian Family Life. I thought I saw yours for 6 o'clock. And here's the thing. So I absolutely appreciate any moment anybody can spend here in Tuber Chat. So for transparency, I'll let you know it is going to be a regular episode. It won't be anything like the first 4 100s where I have a guest on for a live stream or anything. We will be doing the wheel and the channels and everything else. I just have a couple of small additions, but they will be impactful and exciting. So one of the things, this is just a speech for everybody now, but one of the things we've talked about many times before is in the beginnings of your YouTube journey, it can be very easy to set up a schedule and not, let's say, crash into each other when you set up live stream or premiere times and schedules and things like that. But as time goes on, once you start following a couple hundred different channels or more, you'll start to find it's almost impossible. Now, Tuber Chat's always moved the streams around. I don't have a set schedule. I used to have like a few days that I would go, but I have a work schedule. I got family obligations and other things, and we get the benefit of being able to meet creators from around the world in different time zones. While it's not necessarily recommended for most channels, it's able to work here in Tuber Chat only because we've been doing it from the beginning, and I've mentioned it so many times that most of our friends are able to even repeat that speech because they've heard it from me 100 times before. So, I'm sure everybody here appreciates every moment everybody can spend. But I hope nobody gets too hung up on crashing into each other. I feel as guilty as anybody does when I have to do that and run into our friends' time slots. But, I'm following 5,000 channels now. That's not an exaggeration. So it's impossible not to run into somebody. But the truth is everybody will be fine. And one of the things that I've talked about many times before is the idea that the magic of YouTube, there are many magical things about this social network, whether we want to call it that or not, right? And one of the things is that you don't have to show up at a certain time and date or miss the action. So in a live stream, it's better to be there while it's live. In a premiere, it's nice to be there and interact with the host, but we can watch each other's stuff later. So unlike years ago when we used to watch television on cable, if you weren't there and you didn't record it, then you missed it altogether and you had to hear about it from your friends. And, we know the jokes from back in the day with the sports games and things like that, what a disaster that was. But today we can all rewatch, right? We can watch everybody's stuff to a point. So that's just an idea. But thank you, the Stock Explorer, yes. And follow the Bradley's Fun. Good to see you here. Look at the screen time for Carnival Cruise Addicts here. I saw Globy's Travels coming in as well. We got to make sure we put the S on the end of that name, Globy's Travels. And Canadian Family Life is actually one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family. And they've been at it for over a year now. But they were monetized quickly as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Follow Bradley's Fun. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is in the house. Actually, you came in at the end of speech time today, so thank you for that. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. I went off the other day. That was funny. And then... oh, that's really cool. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Yes, when streamers intentionally run into each other, that's called stream sniping. And while it may not be the most fun name for the idea, it's actually, it's a lot of fun. It's fun to get sniped, too. And then, thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. Yes, I would have overlooked that. Izzy Pop gifted a membership, so they're actually going to be put on the wheel. And I'm likely doing things out of order, but what I'll do is I'll put Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia up next. Izzy Pop will go right after that. And forgive me for being out of order, but we'll get to spinning the wheel soon. So Jennifer Ocean, Homestead's in the house. I'm just getting them on the wheel. Forgive me again if I'm missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And yes, that's what happened, Izzy Pop. And forgive me for anything I've missed that anybody might have meant for me to see. Chief Broken Brain is here. Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku is also in the house. They're a longtime friend. We'll get them on the wheel. And then, yeah, Ace Flaw 1 cruising is something else. I was lucky enough, 100 years ago, I worked on a cruise ship for one summer. And yes, it was a life-changing experience, to say the least. So Carnival Cruise Addicts is up here right now. They're getting really close to 900 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. When we get to videos on this channel, we see that I'm not already connected to them, but I have run into them many times before, countless times actually. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your Carnival Celebration vlog video here. I'm going to put this into a special playlist called Watch Later. It's a private playlist that we all have, but playlists can be great tools for catching up with creators. After the live stream today, I'll go through my Watch Later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, and then I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we put their channel up right away. Doof Doof Paranormal's coming up for the same reason, and we will get to Izzy Pop because they gifted a membership in a moment, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. I cut off my stream deck here, and I needed that. And, yeah, pardon me while I'm thinking out loud here. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. When we look at Doof Doof Paranormal, we see a creator who's actually live quite frequently. And this creator wants to sort fact from fiction when it comes to the paranormal, which is a huge genre on YouTube, and talking about paranormal investigators, as well as talking about explorations of abandoned locations, and a little bit more, which is described on the About page here. When we look at videos, we see that they're posting frequently as well. So I'm going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. Crimson Skies, hopefully I said hello. Boss Quackers, good to see you in the house. And when we look at shorts on Doof Doof Paranormal, this is a channel I've talked about ever since they first came into the Tuber Chat family, which now might be getting on a year. It's been quite some time. But I mentioned the idea that we can consider putting more production value into our shorts. I am as guilty as anybody of just filming anything that could happen. Like the eclipse the other day, I literally just pointed the camera at the sky, and for the better part of 3 hours I didn't even talk. But we can do a lot better, and not that it's necessary, just saying it's a consideration. When we look at Doof Doof Paranormal shorts, you'll see that right away it starts off with animations, and that's the production value that I'm talking about, something a little bit more engaging. And they've got quite a few shorts on the channel already, and they're getting into a couple hundred views and beyond, which is great. They got live streams constantly as well. I say constantly because it's frequent, at least once a week, but they got StreamYard panelists. The conversation can go anywhere once they start, but again, they're talking about paranormal investigators more than anything else. We got some familiar faces on that channel as well. Doof Doof Paranormal dropped a super chat. They've done that kind of thing many times before, countless times. And they're approaching 5,000 subscribers. Hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there as well. Next up is going to be Izzy Pop. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Rubs RC Cars, good to see you in the house, and Together We Travel, good to have you here. There's Just Jason Keto and More. I was expecting to have crashed into Just Jason Keto and More's live stream early, and then I had a bit of a delay and had to move things much later. So I was able, luckily, to catch the first half hour. But thank you, Just Jason Keto and More, because I know he did a merchandise reveal today, talking about some stuff that was created by our dear friend Corinne's Life, who's in the house as well as a member and a moderator. So it's great to see creators working together. What we're looking at right now is Izzy Pop, and they gifted a membership, but we also looked at Carnival Cruise Addicts and Doof Doof Paranormal because they dropped super chats right before we started. Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, took over our stream boss position as well. That is the video game life meter under my camera here, and every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out takes over, gets some extra exposure, so that's what we'll see, and she's been in that position before. Izzy Pop is up here right now, and this is a creator who lets us know on their About page that they plan to bring us pure diversity on the channel. But lately, they've been doing a lot of animation with music, and you see their outstanding looking banner, avatar, and thumbnails, as well as other animations. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. When we look at their shorts, we see as well that they've got pure variety over here, even more so variety than their videos on the front page. But they get into 1,300 and 1,600 views over here. One of them over 13,000. Which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, this is a channel where the conversation really can go anywhere. I think it really starts anywhere too. I've been lucky to catch Izzy Pop many times, and I was just going to make sure I got your latest video in my catch-up list. Yes, that's a playlist, like I keep saying, that I use to keep caught up with creators. So Izzy Pop is working on 1,600 subscribers. They're also monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So thank you one more time, Izzy Pop, for another gifted membership. They've done that countless times before, and that was picked up by Carnival Cruise Addicts. I know I'm missing a channel in the chat. Sharon Rowland just came in. Good to see you in the house. Yes, thank you, Just Jason Keto and More. He does a fantastic a fantastic job of describing his care for the Tuber Chat family. And talking about the idea that there are so many people who are supportive, regardless of niche. You don't have to be in a keto-based diet or lifestyle. You don't have to be, overly interested in healthy eating and healthy living. Although I think we all can live a little bit healthier and eat a little bit healthier. And the live streams and content on the channel are always going to be informative. I think we can all get something out of Just Jason Keto and More's content at some point. But he does a great job of describing his care, like I said, for the Tuber Chat family. But thank you for that membership, now long over a year of membership. And then Izzy Pop, yes, all I mean is that Izzy Pop's conversation can be anywhere, or can be just about anything at all. I've caught them, actually, the other day. Did I not catch you? Were you talking about Scully's House of Thrillers? I can sort that out right now, because I think it was on Izzy's channel that she was talking about Scully. I learned 3 or 4 different things about Scully's House of Thrillers all at once during a live stream, and I think it was Izzy Pop. But they've got StreamYard panelists, like I said, and they're live frequently, actually. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Carmlin for the win. Carmen, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I didn't realize that, Izzy Pop. I might have missed that part of it. Izzy Pop says they do work for Scully's channel. Scully's House of Thrillers is a longtime friend now, the author that reads to you, and he's been in here frequently lately. So, Izzy Pop, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I hope everybody will connect with them. I spun the wheel. Globies Travels is coming up next. We're going to go for a 3.5-minute break, and then we'll come back and look at that channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Globies Travels. We don't drop very many links here in Tuber Chat for a couple of reasons. They'll be obvious after a while, but one of the reasons is because when we search, find, and click on each other's names, we're doing a great service for each other. The channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. But the more we search, find, and click on each other's names, the more we rise up the search results over time, and eventually YouTube will do a better job of predicting when people are looking for our particular channels. I find that most creators become number one in the search results by the time they have 800 subscribers. For many creators, most, it's much earlier than that, and only channels with extremely popular names or really short names struggle a little bit longer. And then, thank you, William, burning the tires. You're making me laugh. Thank you for that. As for losing subscribers, that happens all over YouTube. It has forever. There's a few different reasons. I mean, some people actually leave YouTube. Some people have more than one account. Channels disappear after a while. In some cases, very few cases, but some cases, you got troll accounts and things like that. But YouTube also will remove anything that it thinks is invalid, even if it's wrong. And they play with all of our numbers, not just our subscribers, but our watch time, our likes, even our thumbs down disappear after a couple of days in most cases. Butler Family Farm, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Super Rainbow Queen has come in. And we're doing well today, but I'm going to try to move it a little bit faster than I usually do so we can get to more channels today. We still got over 2 hours to go. Lots of time to put lots of people on the screen. And Michael's Adventures has a premiere for us right after Tuber Chat so that we can have an extended period to continue connecting with other creators. Every moderator on this channel is a longtime friend. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. For that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you will be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. So, Globies Travels is up here right now from Memphis, Tennessee. They let us know that they want to help people come out of their comfort zones and visit other places, whether it's far from home or in their hometown. Globies Travels takes us to a lot of interesting places, as a matter of fact, so it's almost like every single video is something new. When we get into their shorts videos on their channel, we see that they've gotten into 3,700, even 6,900 on one of these. And I can't remember for the life of me if that's new. I think I recognize that, but I could be mistaken. But as we post more and more, it goes for everything, but even the shorts, we start to see it right away. Some of the newer shorts will surpass. So there's always new milestones to hit and go beyond, if that makes sense. 253 subscribers on this channel. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 that we know that they must be thinking about. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Wheatsart, good to see you in the house. Michael's Adventures is coming up right now, so we'll have a look at what that premiere is going to entail. I see as well that my add a name section came up on the wheel. I always forget to mention this, but after our first break in every Tuber Chat episode, I add a section to the wheel called add a name. What that lets me do is add a name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream earlier than we otherwise might have. So Bella's Whisper Farmstead has been added to the wheel. And then I added another section called Clear the Wheel. We add one of those every break until it comes up. And that lets me wipe the wheel out. And then we will reload with any members that haven't been seen yet. And that really speeds things up so that we can get to live lots more channels towards the end of the stream that we otherwise may not have. So Michael's Adventures is another popular name for a channel, but our Michael's Adventures is a longtime dear friend. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator and has been now for over 3.5 years. He's got a premiere coming up, this one right here, and that's going to be right after Tuber Chat in another couple of hours. So that's where we get an opportunity to meet more friends and family members the same way we are here. So you can almost think of it as an extended edition of Tuber Chat over there. Michael's Adventures, I'm just going to drop the handle for him as well in case anybody wants to have a look. We got to make sure we're catching the right channel. You can check out the, or you can match the bright avatar that he's got, which I believe was made by Two Pineapples, if I remember the story right. That's some time ago. And then he has got over 3,400 videos on the channel altogether, including videos as well as some shorts. Now, this creator posts every single day and has for as long as I can remember, sometimes twice a day, depending on his work schedule. And he does a ton of premieres, but he does a lot for people that goes over and above when it comes to the idea of playlist swapping, or especially playlist running, I might say. So I hope everybody will connect with him. He will be willing to swap playlists with you for sure. Most of our moderators, I believe all of our moderators, will be willing. And then as well, when we look at his content, we're going to see a lot of wildlife. So this is how he started, or did the bulk of his content up to a long while ago, which includes raccoons, foxes, deer. There's bird watching on the channel. But he also takes us outdoors. He's been doing a lot of ride-along live streams lately, or pardon me, premieres lately. But he also takes us around for stories to be told and looks around his area, even though he's moved around a bit as well. So we get a great chance to get to know Michael's Adventures, and we get a lot of conversation that goes on with that as well. Occasionally there's more variety, but especially in the shorts, we start to see a lot of lottery scratch tickets, which is another huge genre on YouTube. And then he's got a slot game here on a tablet, more bite-sized stories to be told with some outdoor content as well. And hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures and push him towards the 1,400 subscribers we know he's thinking about. We'll get a better look at his channel in another couple hours when we go over there for that premiere. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And next up is going to be Sweet Melissa. And Cassie's in the house. I wonder for a moment if that is the same Cassie that we already know. I have a feeling it's a new Cassie. Yes, so I think that's a brand new channel for Tuber Chat, but it's good to have you here. And again, hopefully you're feeling welcome. When we look at Sweet Melissa, we are going to find another channel with a fairly popular name, so we got to dig down. Your search results will be different than mine, of course, because search results on YouTube are based somewhat on geographics. YouTube's always trying to do the best job of predicting what people are looking for when they're searching. I'm going to put her handle in the chat as well, just in case. Oh, is it Cassie from Oracles and Beyond? And Tales Told in the Dark? And Sweet Melissa. So let's have a look at her channel. I'm still getting to know this creator and her content, but I'm just going to grab a this video, the second video that you've got here, is longer than the last one. So I'm going to take this one from yesterday. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list for today because every minute matters, right? When we're thinking about watch hours, I see that that's a giveaway, unboxing kind of, which is cool. I'm always happy to see creators collaborating, if we want to call it that, in that way. And then shorts on the channel feature variety like we see for most creators, getting into 1,200 views and beyond, one over 2,100. And then they've got a handful of playlists, which is great. I'm always happy to see creators chopping their channel up into as many playlists as you can think of, giving anybody and everybody that stumbles upon your channel the opportunity to binge watch collections of content, if that makes any sense. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cassie. No, it's a different. So we got another friend named Cassie who's been with us for a long time, but we're happy to have you here. So Diamond Dart is what Cassie is mostly known for on this brand new channel. But while you're here, you'll likely have a lot of fun meeting new friends. Our instructions are always in our video description. And again, hopefully you're feeling welcome. I'll look forward to having a better look at your channel at some point. And then let's spin the wheel. Let's get another channel ready to go right now. Sweet Melissa's been here several times already. They've been with us for a couple of weeks now as a minimum. And then Hero Brian 15, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another longtime friend. And then I'll recently rebranded to Mr. Shark. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness is coming up right now. That's another fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family, but they've been with us several times as well. And Mr. Hero Brian 15 says that their shorts are doing well also, which is great to see. That's a very enthusiastic creator. And then one of the things that's more of a hint than anything else for everybody in the chat is, I know every day here in Tuber Chat we have channels that have been with us for 3.5 years and longer. We have channels that are brand new every day, and everywhere in between. People who've been with us for months, people who've been with us for weeks, and people who've been with us for a year, 2, or 3. But one of the things that you'll find from most of the creators who've been with us many times before is that they will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat that they do not recognize. Doesn't have to be a new channel, just new to them. And with good reason. They want to make sure that they can make a judgment call based on what they see in the chat as to whether somebody will be a loyal and dedicated supporter before connecting with them. And then Cassie, so here, for anybody that is brand new today, my best suggestion for how to connect with creators here is to start very slowly, one by one, with a conversation. You can pick anybody you want in the chat. We're all here for the same thing, right? Say hello, start a conversation. Once you know you've got somebody's attention, because people are coming in and out all the time, then let them know that you want to connect with them. We say a lot of silly things here. We talk about visiting somebody's house and leaving them a package, or, you know, different things like this. It means you're going to go to somebody's channel and leave them a comment on a video that you're going to watch before subscribing to them and putting on the notification bell. When you start that conversation and you've got somebody's attention and you've let them know you're going to connect with them, you can head to their channel, do all the things you wish they would do for you. We have the instructions in our video description, and then come back, let them know that you've done all of that. Very important to watch a video from beginning to end. Very important to leave a meaningful comment. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences. But after you've done that and you let them know that you have, they'll turn around and do the same thing for you shortly. So that's the way it works. Anybody can meet somewhere between 8 and 10 new friends per hour here for the time you spend in Tuber Chat. Any faster than that is too fast, and YouTube will take your subscribers, like we were talking about earlier. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness is on the screen, and this is a creator with 1,200 subscribers already. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,300 they're thinking about. They've got quite a story that lets us know exactly what to expect on their channel in their About section. But when we get into their content, we see a lot of delicious looking thumbnails, and when we roll over them, we see delicious looking content on the channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. Sometimes they bring a bit of variety in between the cooking videos. And when we get into shorts on this channel, we see more variety, like most creators are bringing, with up to 11,000 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. Some of these tend to be short, which is interesting, but this creator's got more delicious looking content in these shorts videos as well. So that's Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 1,300 subscribers that we know they're going to be thinking about now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then To Be Irish Live is also in the house, or was. They might have just come by quickly today, but they're a longtime friend as well. 274 subscribers over here. And they're posting frequently, so you can see sometimes multiple times a day. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos, put that in my catch-up list to try to catch up just a little bit. When we get into shorts videos on the channel, we'll see that they've gotten into 2,500, 3,400 views and beyond. And then live streams are something that are fairly frequent, up to about a month ago. We'll see if they're going to continue these, and it's usually some video gameplay over here. To Be Irish Live. Obviously, it's very late for them, beyond midnight. I think it might be beyond even 1 in the morning over there. But we'd love to push them towards the 300 subscribers they're thinking about. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us for as long as I can remember. It's probably a couple years now. Or close to it. Controversial Cruising, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook is going to be put on the screen. And I'll get Controversial Cruising onto the wheel. We always put, pardon me, members onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And after a long while, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And like I keep saying, we still got a long time to go. So Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook is going to bring us a lot of crochet passion. They say that they make baby blankets, scarves, shawls. They donate a lot of what they make. And they actually are live frequently. I've been lucky to catch them already. And then they've got quite a few live streams ready to go. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're live streams or premieres. Even though we have the notification bell on for every channel, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. When we get into shorts on Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook, we see that she's gotten into over 1,100 views on one of these, and another one over 4,300, which is great to see, as well as videos are posted frequently, several times a week. I'm just going to grab the latest. Whippin' Wens and Morning Coffee, is that what that's called? And then I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to somewhat stay caught up over here. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook. She's been with us, I think, every day since finding Tuber Chat. I know not everybody can be here for every stream, and certainly not for hours every time we're here. I do appreciate every moment, but once in a while I'll recognize something like that when creators are here frequently. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And I just put Just Jason Keto and More onto the screen, but I also see Tales Told in the Dark has come in. So when we talk about, there's a new channel in the chat called Cassie, and there's another creator in the chat behind Tales Told in the Dark named Cassie as well. Is Coffee Walks and Whatever in the house? Did I miss them? Oh, pardon me just for 1 second while I catch up with the chat. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Am I mistaken? Yeah, that's okay. As long as everybody's still in the chat, I should manage to catch them. Stock Explorer makes me laugh with that always. And so, Just Jason Keto and More. He was actually just live moments ago. He did a live stream just before we started Tuber Chat. This is somebody who's another dear friend, somebody who I've actually met up with in person just a couple of months ago. And he cares very much, not only about his YouTube community and those of us in the Tuber Chat family, but the idea of having impact and influence on others when it comes to the idea of healthy eating and healthy living, particularly when we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So Just Jason Keto and More does a lot of recipes on his channel. These are all easy to follow with only a few ingredients. Very simple, very easy, literally. One thing he's become known for is chaffles. That's why he's got a brand new banner here with some chaffle characters. And that was actually designed by our dear friend Corinne's Life, who also helped him with some merchandise, which he revealed today on a live stream. So Just Jason Keto and More also will do a lot of product reviews, and he helps us make sense of the ingredients that we're going to find on some of the keto marketed products we're going to find in the grocery stores and things like that. He has a lot of guests that join him on his channel as well, both in videos and live streams, where they share their life experience and tips and tricks. And he's got a community that is extremely helpful and generous in their thoughtfulness, if that makes any sense. When we're visiting him for a premiere live stream and you engage in the chat, you'll find a lot of support, a lot of ideas, especially if you have questions and comments that you contribute with, if that makes sense as well. Now, Just Jason Keto and More does a lot of shorts, and these have a bit of a hint to them. Healthy looking grilling shorts seem to be doing well over here at 4,000, 5,000, and well over 6,000 views. And he's got another one which I've seen over 22,000. Which is entertaining as well. So I hope everybody will check that out. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And his channel is growing rapidly, so much that when he put out his 2,000 subscriber celebration live stream, he already had over 2,300 subscribers, maybe 2,400 as well. And then Feathered Friends Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Just Jason Keto and More's live streams, he's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. If he can't be there, he drops a premiere, but he's usually there every week. He's got sometimes guests with him. I noticed, was it there last time? Oh, it was. When he did this interview. I wondered about that. When I looked at the live stream today, I saw the shelf. So you see this, I'm talking nonsense now, which never happens, right? But when we look at this live stream from just a few weeks ago, we see Just Jason Keto and More with a fairly plain background, which is great because those kind of things make the creator pop. However, today I noticed, and I didn't realize it when I was watching the interview, I don't know how I didn't catch that, but this one here, he's got that shelf that's in the background of him with some new things on it as well, which is great also. This creator does a lot of live streaming, and he has a community that wants to help as well. He will take off to other destinations to bring us informative content like in Ketopalooza, but he's an extremely over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, especially here in the Tuber Chat family as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. He literally will say things like, if his channel could impact even one person, it will have been worth it, but I have a feeling a lot of people are gaining a lot of benefit from his content. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. We'd love to push him towards the 2,500 subscribers that we know he's thinking about. I'm going to get Lori's Tech Time onto the wheel. I know we got another channel or two that have come in. Lori's Tech Time is a longtime dear friend, and she's got a few channels now, actually. She's broken off into a couple more. Raw Chick Beauty from the UK is in the house, so it's good to see you here. And Cassie is a brand new channel in the chat, bringing us diamond painting and, diamond art painting. Am I right about that? Oh, what did I miss that she just said? And gaming as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Let's think about taking a 3.5 minute break. We'll come back. We'll spin the wheel for now, see who's coming up next. And when we come back from that break, we will look at controversial cruising. All right, we're
controversial
cruise live. Pardon me. All right, we're back. We're going to look at controversial cruising, and this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who is coming to us from the cruising and travel community of creators, which has grown intensively, if that makes any sense, over the last year or so. Controversial Cruising is somebody who's incredibly supportive. So not only are they here in Tuber Chat frequently, but I see them out supporting others all the time. I've run into them countless times. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. And She Stole My Thunder, my friend from Montreal, has come in and dropped a super chat. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Coffee and Timbits. I wonder, actually, let's put a poll in the chat. Have you heard of Timbits? And we'll see how many people in the chat have heard of them before. Because if you don't have the establishment they come from anywhere around you, I can't imagine anybody's ever heard that word. Yes, the chat occasionally goes cray-cray. Wayne's World Unlimited. Yes, thank you, though. I see that you're going to get some more shut-eye, so thank you for that. Wayne's World Unlimited always comes by even just to say hello quickly. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Controversial Cruising is up right now. She Stole My Thunder's coming up next because of that super chat. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. So Controversial Cruising's working on 600 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone, and they'll give us quite a bit of information on their About page, but we get an idea this creator is going to bring us travel and cruising, an incredibly enthusiastic and dynamic creator. I've seen them collaborate with many others as well. When we get into the shorts videos, we're going to find a lot of variety, but some of these have done really well, getting into 7,000, even 12,000 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's live frequently, but they are often collaborating with others. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. You got a lot of informative content as well as entertaining when we think about the idea of travel and particularly cruising. So that's Controversial Cruising. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. Like I said, we'd love to push them towards the 600 we know they're thinking about. She Stole My Thunder's coming up right now. And this creator lets us know that they review books, art, and movies on their channel, but they actually do much more. And a fellow Canadian, like I said, from the Montreal area, we'll talk about their content in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And when we look, yes, steals more than thunder, says She Stole My Thunder. They have been doing a lot of diverse content on their channel lately, actually. A lot of horoscopes, which are a little bit different. A lot of stories to be told. They give us almost like a history lesson sometimes when they talk about different cultural types of ideas, right? So books, art, and movies obviously are a start to that. When we get into shorts videos, these can bring pure variety, like most creators getting into well over 400 views, approaching 500. Live streams are occasional as well. This creator will give us the book, art, and movie reviews we expect. They might be reading, they might be having a conversation with us, or they might be giving us some tutorials for a popular program and app called Canva that you've seen or probably heard before, because a lot of creators use that for thumbnails and banners. It really is free and it really is great. I recommend it all the time. She Stole My Thunder can help you understand how to use that. And then Lil Red and Bunny Tracks, good to see you in the house. Another channel from TWTTV. And Yeah, that's okay, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. It's just, I usually do polls here that are silliness. Maybe at some point I'll take them a little more seriously. But we got to do something fun in Tuber Chat once in a while. So why not talk about something that has nothing to do with YouTube and views and analytics and streams and all that other stuff, right? So let's have a look at how our poll is doing right now. I'll close this one off early, because it really is just silliness. But she stole my thunder. Thank you again for the super chat, by the way. We put her channel up right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters on the screen right away. Then we get back to spinning the wheel. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But after a while, long while, we will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. 49 more is getting put on the wheel right now. We'll get back to spinning in another moment. And we'll look at the poll. So what we were talking about, and forgive me, this is Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain, but I'll just show you something here for a quick second. If I look at Tim Hortons, this is the establishment. Holy smokes, these websites, right? Where they have like coffee and donuts, right? Coffee was the big thing. They got donuts and other things you expect from a coffee shop. But let me see if I can find what the menu. I'll see if I can show you what Timbits are. Oh, this is nonsense here. I'm not going to, okay, let's do a different thing here. These websites, over the years, are driving me bananas with all their nonsense. You can't just find what you want. And I don't mean to rant, but, without clicking 100 things. So if we look at Timbits, what these are the donut holes, right? And I know in other places they're called donut holes, or I imagine so. And here they're called Timbits just because of the place Tim Hortons, but it's very much Canadian. I know it started to bleed into the States and maybe other areas as well, but that's what those are. They're delicious, as you would expect. And I thought it'd be funny to show you what on earth She Stole My Thunder is talking about while they're telling me to get a coffee and some Timbits. Rock Chick Beauty's dropping a super chat as well. Thank you for that. She's done that countless times before. We're going to put Rock Chick Beauty up on the screen next, and then we'll get back to spinning. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, you'll often hear us in the chat here in Tuber Chat talking about Ruby. This is who we're talking about. Rushing Wind Mountain has been with us for what I believe is beyond 2 years now. And I used to describe them as somebody coming to us from the homesteading community of channels, but that was before I got to know the channel a little bit better. And this creator is in the Pacific Northwest, bringing us a lot of nature and wildlife. Lately, they're bringing beautiful scenes, pleasing audio to go along with it. You see a couple of other pieces of variety, like those fireplace videos that people will probably use occasionally on a cold evening or in the Christmas season and things like that. But they've also got some shorts on the channel, and you might find some humorous moments if you dig through a few of these. They've gotten into 6,000, even almost 10,000 views, one over 15,000 now, which is great to see, but you get an idea. This channel is purely outdoor content. And then when we get into live streams, this is something they've been experimenting with, but we'll see if they're going to continue. We always have our notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Thank you for that, Scratch and Pete PA. Yes, this Sunday is going to be episode 700, if you can believe that. That's absolutely true. And people like Scratch and Pete PA and Michael's Adventures and maybe even the Stock Explorer have been here for about 650 of them or more. Rock Chick Beauty is coming, they've been with us that long. Rock Chick Beauty's also been with us for about 3.5 years. She comes to us from the UK, and this creator talks to us about all things alternative particularly when it comes to the idea of beauty. There's a lot of get ready with me type videos on this channel, but she does a lot of product reviews, unboxings, and now sponsored videos as well. One of the things you're going to notice is that she's got presentation on the forefront of her mind. So every thumbnail gets a professional look with bright, bold headshots that will make her recognizable. So when the YouTube recommendation engine presents her video to somebody who's already seen one before, they will likely be inclined to go back to one of hers because it is familiar, not to mention the recognizable look that I'm talking about. As well, monetize. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's got some shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,800 and 2,800 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that she is live occasionally. I missed one from a few days ago. She usually brings these out once every month. Or two, and then we've always got our notification bell on, like I keep saying, so that we have the best chance of catching each other as often as we can. And Rock Chick Beauty as well had reset and restarted their channel over 3 years ago, so you see that they've come back even stronger and more solidly. That professional look speaks volumes. Let's spin the wheel. And then yes, Butler Family Farm. Sunday is the day. I spaced it out so that if I had to move anything around, because my work season started this week, if you want to see something terrible, I've got no bulging rippliness to show, any muscle or anything like that, but I do have a tan line that's beautiful. It's a burn line now. It'll be a tan line in a couple of days. But yeah, we've been out and doing work a little bit earlier than I otherwise might have expected. So I moved the streams around a bit. Jennifer Ocean Homestead is up on the screen. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They're another creator who's been with us just for a couple of weeks, but they found us and have been here for what I believe is every stream afterwards. This creator as well. So let me just show you. I can't stop thinking about this. You know, as a matter of fact, because of the talk that I did the other day about Sharpie markers, which, yes, I have a few of them on me. I've just got the basic ones here. I've got them in my truck. I've got them at home. I've got them at work. I've got them everywhere. And I even mentioned them in my latest video. I forget if it's the one I'm going to put out on Saturday or the one afterwards, but I had to mention Sharpie markers. So Jennifer Ocean Homestead now has over 100 subscribers. So I know they must be excited about hitting that exciting milestone. It's important for all of us in our YouTube journey. And then when we get to their videos, we see that they've put out quite a few new videos just in the last couple of days. So I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. I'm still learning about the channel, but obviously with homesteading, we know they're going to bring us a mix of indoor and outdoor content, usually informative, something that's either a do-it-yourself type video in a lot of cases, or showing you how they're doing things. And the idea, behind that with a lot of creators from the homesteading community, which I include gardening, farming, ranching, hiking, fishing, camping, and other outdoor channels in. They have a similar generosity, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. So they got some entertaining shorts here as well. One of them's approaching 1,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I've also seen them out supporting other creators countless times. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder 2.0. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Kid Wonder's been a dear friend for as long as I can remember. He's been with me for about 4 years as well, as long as Ace Flaw 1, Jeremy D-Day, Elevate with Fern, and a few other friends. Since before Tuber Chat had even started, if you can imagine. And so much so, as a matter of fact, I forget to mention this lately, Kid Wonder was so supportive before we even started Tuber Chat that he was the very first creator to be chosen from the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2. And hopefully everybody will connect with Kid Wonder and now Rosie's Life of Wonder 2.0. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And let me just double check that I'm not going to make a mistake here. Yes, let's spin the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. And Kid Wonder, I put you on the wheel. They've got, I don't know how many memberships actually, way overly generous, but Kid Wonder's been a member like basically since we've been monetized, and just moves them around channels, sometimes holding more than one at a time. So I've got them on the wheel. And they happen to be a gold member, as a matter of fact. So we see their channel, one of their channels, every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. I think it's Rosie's channel. And then the link is dropped for that every half hour or so as well. And Scratch and PPA is up on the screen. This is somebody who's very well known here in the TuberChat family as a shining jewel, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now 7 years-ish on YouTube. And hopefully everybody will connect with him. He has recently passed 2,000 subscribers, but got it locked in now. So I'm hoping we can push him towards the 2,100 he's thinking about. He brings us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, where he pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and then lets us vote on the content of next week's video by following him on Instagram, X, or Facebook, which of course I do as well. Sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. You'll notice presentation is also on the forefront of his mind. His bright, bold avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that occur during his video series, and his banners updated every single week, if you can imagine. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 3.5 years ago. And this creator runs videos as premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He's been doing this for over 3 years now with perfect consistency. And if you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the TuberChat family. Much more cray-cray than this one goes. And it is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And hopefully everybody will connect with him. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then he expanded the content on his channel this year by taking he took a trip to Italy and brought us his very first live stream. I know a lot of people were excited for him to expand the content on his channel, and he's let us know that we can expect at least one more live stream sometime in the future. So we'll keep our eyes out for that. We've got notification bells on for every channel. He also brought us from his trip in Italy a variety of vlogging style shorts videos and some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. And like I said earlier, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when we visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, we will be welcome to meet more friends and family members for our own channels in the exact same way. Philip Lemon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Yes, he does. He changes it weekly, sweet Melissa. That is not a joke. Ace Flaw 1 is coming up right now. That's Andy. He's another creator who's been with me as long as Kid Wonder. We were all introduced to each other about 4.5 years ago. If you can imagine, I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years, creating videos, running other channels, but then I was introduced to the small YouTuber community. The only reason we use those words is because they're so popular, right? But a lot of these creators, instead of saying, go get your own channel, go do your own thing, don't copy us, there's too many of this and everything else, they said, come with us, we'll introduce you to all our friends. Everybody supports everybody, and it's really, really cool. Sure enough, true to their word, they all not only introduced me to all of their friends, which is great, and this is how I got my start in growing as well, but they also offered, when I said I was going to do a channel connecting people the way they did, they said, we're going to help you build it. And they did. And to this day, Andy Ace Flaw 1 is here with us frequently. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder comes in regularly, now with Rosie as well, Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder. They got a few channels between them. And then a lot of other friends as well. We see Jeremy D-Day frequently. My dear friend Elevate with Fern is with us. Angel Light Over Darkness 33. And several others like Brown Girl Bella, and I could go on and on. But Ace Flaw 1 has been with us that long, and still to this day, after 698 episodes of Tuber Chat, continues to come in as frequently as he can, often every day. And hopefully everybody will connect with him. We'd love to push him towards the 4,800 subscribers he's thinking about. He also took a trip to Italy this year and brought us a new video. He posts occasionally, but all of his content is travel-based, touristy type destinations. He's also done a few shorts on his channel, and this is where he's gotten into over 1,000 views now. It's 1,600. As a matter of fact, and then live streams might be an idea for the future. I've caught him once before. And like I said, we'd love to push him towards his next milestone. So we're going to get ready to go on a break for 3.5 minutes. I'll spin the wheel to see who's coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And next up, it looks like it's going to be Marketplace Boutique. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. And we're almost back.
There
we go. I'm doing that every time now. I gotta fix that before Sunday. So we're back. We're looking at Marketplace Boutique. I was distracted. That's my excuse, because they've got 800 subscribers. So we see that they're growing rapidly. They actually did their first live stream the other day. We'll look at that before we get into the videos. Very exciting with Backyard Trucker. They gave us a fireside chat there, and shorts on their channel as well. This brings pure variety before I get into their typical content, but they've gotten into 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 views on these, 12,000, 19,000. Some of these are still moving, as a matter of fact. Most creators in the Superchat family are bringing variety into their shorts, regardless of their niche or category. Hugo Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. When we see that name, Hygge, that is pronounced Huga, which means peaceful, cozy, cozy, peaceful home in Danish. Hugo Homestead has been a longtime friend of what I think is actually 2.5 years now. They've been with us since the beginnings, one of the first homesteading channels to have come in. Marketplace Boutique is on the screen right now. They've passed, like I said, they're at that 800 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can get them a few more subscribers today and solidify that 800 for them. But this is a creator who brings us a lot of help as well. And what they're talking about on their channel is e-commerce, the idea of another or many other streams of income, especially when we think about buying low, selling hopefully high on platforms like eBay. Now, this creator was working in law. They let us know this on their About page, but they were looking for a career change to let them spend some more time at home. And they started e-commerce in 1998. They continue that today. Now, I do a little bit of eBay work myself, and I can tell everybody that the ideas of shipping things and listing things are easy tasks, and Marketplace Boutique will help with that as well. But the magic comes in the idea of finding the right things to find, finding the right things to buy in order to sell and hopefully profit while giving somebody a good deal. One of the tricks that she gives us is the idea of finding collections of items so that we can split them up and sell them individually, for instance. So I'm going to grab the latest video that she's got. I put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with her latest production, and we will keep that notification bell on like we do for all creators, and hopefully catch her for her next live stream. Rock Chick Beauty, my dear friend Orianne, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I skipped over you. Rock Chick Beauty. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't skip over you. Okay, never mind. Pardon me. I'd rather make the mistake of doing something twice than not doing it. I'll spin the wheel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then we're going to look at Fairbrick Studio. I'm not sure if I actually said hello to them coming in. I know they were here at the beginning of the stream, and we'll have a look at their channel. I've added another Clear the Wheel section. We do that every time there's a break, so that eventually we'll wipe the names off the wheel and just reload with any members that haven't been seen, and that speeds things up for us. But we still have an hour and a half to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and then Michael's Adventures has a premiere for us so that we can continue connecting after Tuber Chat today. So long time to go. Fairbrick Studio is up on the screen, and this is a creator who started with Lego stop motion videos, and then they moved into some video gameplay. They now do some channel shout outs as well, similar to what we're doing here, but they do it in a video format as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Chris's Creation Fun. I'm not sure if I said hello, but I put you on the wheel right beside Canadian Family Life, who's now in the pole position, and then Maritz's Yarn and Crafts has come in, so I've got them on the wheel also. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to everyone. And then Fairbrick Studio is now thinking about a lot more video gameplay lately, so I'm going to take the latest video, I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them or get caught up with them. They've got another channel shoutouts video coming up in a few days, another week from now, and they've got another premiere coming up tomorrow for another video game. They play a lot of different types of games. They even got me playing one, this Lego Tower game that you see on their channel frequently, as well as shorts on the channel. These have done really well, getting into 13 and 15,000 views, one over 16,000, which is now their most popular one. And hopefully everybody will connect with Fairbrick Studio. They're here with us just about every single day, and they support on all of my channels. The reason why I mention that is just so that you know what kind of support you can expect back from a creator like this. Legos Are Fun Marketplace Boutique. You must have seen some success or potential success in the idea of selling some Legos or Lego kits, depending on their authenticity and if they're classic. If anybody, you know, I did not have the foresight when I was younger to buy toys and keep them in the boxes. I actually worked for a toy store for a year as well. When I was 18, I worked for a competitor to Toys R Us. It's called Toy City. And just retail, just stock and shelves and everything. But my dear goodness, all the classic toys now, not to mention the ones I had when I was a young lad, which I destroyed or sold or whatever else. But Lego is it was my favorite thing. Whenever I hear of somebody, like if a friend, let's just say, was to have a birthday party or family get together or Christmas or something for a young child, Lego is my number one go-to as a creative gift to give, right? Because it's, you know, universal. Anybody can use that, and everybody can collaborate on it or play together if we want to think about it that way. So 49 more is up on the screen right now. And then yeah, Jennifer Ocean Homestead, some of them are expensive. If you see some of the Star Wars stuff, my dear goodness. Oh, yeah, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I'm not in the habit of showing the community tab. It's probably something I could add in. I'll keep it in mind as an idea. And then thank you, Fairbrick Studio. It's a good idea for sure. Yes, Toys R Us kid. I think I remember ordering stuff out of the comic books. I think it was Toys R Us before it became a big retail conglomerate or whatever we want to call it. I used to order toys out of the comic books. I used to start working when I was really, really young. So I would be able to order stuff. It would take weeks to come. But little G.I. Joes and things like that were limited edition. You'd pay $5 for something in 1980, whatever it was. And then they'd show up and then we'd tie firecrackers to them and destroy them. Nonsense. 49 more is up on the screen right now. This is actually a friend we've known for a long time from Carpenter Self-Reliance. They are bringing us a homesteading type channel where they're talking about cattle, pigs, sheep, farming, gardening, hunting, and fishing, along with product reviews and some wildlife as well. They're posting frequently. I'm going to grab your tomatoes video from yesterday. It's a little bit longer than the latest one. That's why I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. Every minute matters, of course, but that will give me a chance to catch up with another piece of content. And then 49 more as well has got some shorts over here. These have already gotten into 10,000, 11,000, even 12,000 views and beyond. So fantastic start for this channel. And hopefully we can push them towards the 600 subscribers we know they must be thinking about. 49 more has been here frequently as well and is helping out on the other channels also. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And yeah, Lego's come a long, long way. I don't know if I even still have it somewhere. I was convinced that I did. As you know, I have a son, and when my niece and nephew were growing up and this and that, I imagine that they would have played with the stuff. But my parents were cool about the idea of making sure that it was, let's say, looked after, or at least not lost, right? So, you know, I'd play with friends and kids and stuff like that when I was younger, but when the kids are playing with it as well, when they were growing up, I insist that I have it somewhere. I used to keep a big duffel bag. It's not huge, but like, here, let me show you the forgive the nonsense I'm talking about. So this is a size of a duffel bag that I would have had that Lego in, but full, right? Kit after kit after kit. I was lucky enough to have a couple of grandparents. One of my grandmothers would she'd buy us presents for everything. We'd graduate grade 7 and she'd buy us a present. It'd be Easter and she'd buy us a present, for which I'm grateful. But it was wonderful spoiling. I was fortunate to have, but always for a couple of years there was Lego as a goal too. And then I didn't know that, Crimson Skies, about I think there's a documentary out there about Lego. I saw something one day, but I don't know if it's a trailer or just a short video. And forgive me if I'm missing anybody in the chat. Oh, as a matter of fact, okay, forgive me, Storytime, yes. Forgive the mess while I still have an office that is a work in progress. Oh, check these out. Why do I forget about these? So these have yet to be dealt with, and I thought about making stop motion videos for these. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but this is, these are not officially Lego. I don't know what the company is, but my family gave me these. So, you know, a cassette tape and a radio. Most of you know me, who know me well enough would know why those are significant. But then one of my favorite TV shows forever is The Office. So a little Lego office set. And at some point I will get those together and either film them or put them together and put them up on the shelf up here. But those are, that's how much Lego has impacted me, that this is still coming around. Those were for Christmas or something. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, Storytime, Sweet Melissa, we call it all the time. The Stock Explorer makes me laugh over it all the time because I don't mean to break into long speeches, but I can't help myself. So I had to start calling it Storytime because it becomes more like that. But I'm lucky. I have a family that is supportive in that way. So when it comes to the idea, they're not... Some of my family members have done videos with me, but the thing that I'm fortunate about is that they're supportive about, let's say, my YouTube journey. So not necessarily being like here in the Tuberchat family. They don't necessarily run channels, at least not right now. Some of them have played around with it a little bit, but they're encouraging, not just to me, to everybody, when it comes to the idea of creativeness, right? Which is fantastic. So I've been lucky enough to have been supported in that way. And then thank you, Just Jason, Keto, and more. And, pardon me, yeah, The Office, Hugo Homestead. Sorry, I'll show you one more thing if I didn't cover. Here it is. So this is a Dundee Award. And it's actually got candy in it, but which I don't know if I'll ever open, but it's an official Dundee from The Office, if you can imagine. So, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is up on the screen right now. So, this is a creator who's incredibly supportive as well. I think she's been with us longer than 3 years, more like 3.5. The thing about Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is that this creator's support has increased over the years. If you can imagine, she supports every channel that I have and basically everything that I do. She goes over and above when it comes to the idea of that support with, you know, hanging out whenever she can, saying hello whenever she can, but also leaving comments, which she's far better than I am at that kind of thing. And for that, I tell these stories so that you can understand what kind of support you can expect back when you connect to a creator like this. Now, right now, she's officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers at over 1,900. So hopefully we can push her a little bit farther. She's got a FabFitFun unboxing video here. I'm going to put that video in my catch-up list for today. Now, she posts frequently, usually a couple times a week, sometimes a few times a week. And she mixes up a lot of subscription services. So most of us have seen these kind of things. They have like mystery subscription boxes for just about everything under the sun. You can get socks, you can get makeup, you can get comic books and vinyl records. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Lego one, right? And Jessie Miller Unboxings and More explores a lot of these. So she will bring us things like FabFitFun, I believe is beauty and makeup. I could be mistaken. I've seen them many times. But then there's like Boxy Charm. I'm not sure if she's done that one. And a lot that I haven't heard of before. She's got some friend mail over here, but she might bring us jewelry. She could bring us stationery. She could be bringing us snacks. And then this creator as well features a lot of the products that they find in those subscription boxes in her shorts videos. Snacks right there, jewelry right there, beauty over here, and stationery and other types of ideas. So hopefully everybody will enjoy those. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll be amazed by the different types of subscription boxes that are out there. I love the idea of subscription boxes. It's not that people are necessarily looking for unboxing videos. They don't necessarily want to see just anything unboxed. It's that they're looking for particular things, but the unboxing of it adds an element, especially when it's a surprise. So Jessie Miller Unboxings and More does a lot of these. Occasionally she'll do a live stream, usually every month or two, and we'll be looking forward to the next one. We've always got notification bells on for the best chance to catch her and each of us, regardless of the content we're going to put out, if that makes sense. Let's spin the wheel, see who's coming up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So a special section came up on the wheel there called Clear the Wheel. And what that means is I'm going to wipe all the names off of the wheel right now. We'll go for another one of those 3.5-minute breaks a little bit early. And I will reload the wheel with all of the names that are, pardon me, all the names of the member channels that are still here. And what that does is speed things up. After a while, we'll add some names to our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We'll go do that quickly. We'll come back with Home Bartending with John. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. right, we are just about back. She stole my thunder. Thank you for hanging out. Chris's Creation Fun is still here. I wiped out the wheel a second ago, so any of our members that are still listening or watching, and moderators as well, please just be active in the chat for a moment. I'll make sure I get you back onto the wheel if I removed you. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by has been added. We're looking at Home Bartending with John right now. This is a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family, an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's been a silver member for as long as I can remember. We see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. His channel features the opportunity for us to learn how to make the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished and the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of those popular cocktails. He also shows us collections like low-calorie cocktails that'll be popular with our keto-based friends or other people looking for more healthy eating and healthy living and healthy drinking alternatives. And then as well, he will show us non-alcoholic mocktails as well. Thank you, Lori's Tech Time. I did catch you there, so I got you back on the wheel. So yeah, Butler Family Farm, that's why we do it. Now, here's the thing. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time every time we stream. So I do appreciate every moment, but I also know that it's possible for people to be here at the beginning of the stream, 2.5 hours later, no longer be here. However, we've got lots of people who have been waiting for a long time. So it's the fairest, most fun, if not frustrating way I could think of to try to speed things up, because I can't extend the streams. You know, eventually it's going to become 4 hours and 5 hours. I know it's a nice problem to have, but I physically can't do it, right? Your voice just won't last. But I've got other content coming up, actually, in the coming months. I've already recorded some of it, finally. So all these promises I've been making for 3 years now or longer are finally going to begin to come true, let's just say. But some of that will be pre-recorded content that I'll sprinkle within the streams, and that'll give us a chance to, pardon me, keep them going and make them more informative, if that makes sense. We'll start with that on Sunday, actually, in episode 700. Yeah, 24 hours. Michael's Adventure said at least once a long time ago, we should do a Tuber Chat marathon. Like, yeah, if I could learn not to talk a million miles a minute and lose my voice every 2 months, then yeah, we could do it. But I'm finding ways, right? So we're slowly but surely making steps towards it. And then, pardon me, Home Bartending with John is up on the screen. Now, this creator as well is going to give us a lot of, product reviews. I'm just reading the chat as well and seeing what he's got going on. Because that's a different type of thumbnail on a video, right? But this creator brings us these product reviews, which I think are a great idea because somebody like myself, let's say, for instance, I get set in my ways. I only want to drink what I like. I don't like to try new things and stuff like that. I've got my small collection. Occasionally, I can be enticed to try something new, but boy, do I ever whine and complain if I don't like it, right? And Home Bartending with John can help with that because he can show us an idea as to whether we might like something before we're going to try it. So while I don't drink excessively right now, occasionally I'll have something socially, but I like beer that tastes like water with a little bit of beer. So I drink Corona and anything that looks extremely yellow. Something like this, I'd have to be encouraged. But Home Bartending with John will help us with that because he gives you a great example in the words that he uses to give us an idea of what things might taste like, for instance, before we go and spend money on it, if that makes sense. So Home Bartending with John is, like I said, an incredibly supportive creator. He's also got some shorts over here that have gotten into over 2,000 views, one over 7,600. And then live streams are something he's experimented with in the past, but he's getting very, very, very close to the 500 subscribers that we know he must be thinking about. And Yes, yes, Jerry. I can be very quick. Some of it's easy because I say the same things 100 times over. And thank you, Lori's Tech Time, for saying that. By the way, so I've recruited help from other very influential creators to bring really informative content. There's no story time. There's no fluff that is going to be me talking about myself. Everybody gets to hear my opinions of everything all the time. We've got real gold, informative content from people that want to help others grow. And so I'll leave it at that. But it's very exciting stuff. And when I anticipated what I was going to get from these creators, it's at least twice as much content as I expected. So it's going to be fantastic. So I keep teasing it because I want everybody to be excited, of course. But I promise you, it will be worth it. It's not just like, oh, is he going to tell us, and somebody's going to come on and say, oh, you could do it. Come on, just have a positive attitude, which is great and has its place. But this is how-to content, how people have done the things that we all want to do. So I'll leave it at that. But that starts on Sunday. Lori's Tech Time is up on the screen right now with 1,900 subscribers. This is another influential creator who's been with us well over 3 years. And she is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Now, Lori's Tech Time started with electronic gadget reviews, and some of those are independent, and some of them come from a subscription service like we talked about earlier called Gadget Discovery Club. She also occasionally gives us tutorials for how to do certain things, like how to create a special type of video. She's helped us with our thumbnails on YouTube Shorts, and then as well is very knowledgeable when it comes to different platforms like CapCut or Video Leap. She also does a lot of video gameplay on her channel. She's been doing some Candy Crush lately, but when we look at her live streams, we see some of the games she plays with her viewers. Fall Guys, Among Us, Battle Cats. Battle Cats did so well for her that she actually broke off into a separate channel just for that now. When we look at Lori's Battle Cat, she's already approaching 200 subscribers over here on this brand new channel. She's got a few videos already, some shorts, and then we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if she's going to do live streams over here. The shorts have already passed 1,000 views as well. We also know that this creator's got a second channel that we knew about for a long, long time. She's renamed it, but it's Lori's Mini Brand. She's got almost 500 subscribers on this channel as well. And she's done really well with views over here, especially the shorts, getting into thousands, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 views on this second of 3 channels. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lori's Tech Time. You'll find her other channels featured on her front page, which is a great idea, something I don't talk enough about lately. But Lori has been an incredibly supportive creator here in TuberChat, and she's active on the other social networks. I see something from her on Instagram. It feels like every day, pretty close to it. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. A.S. Zeka, good to see you in the house. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. When we look at Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, this is a longtime friend as well. She's been with us for what I think is got to be close to 3 years. This is Penny, and this is a creator who now brings a bit of variety on her channel. Some of these grocery videos, giving us a look at some almost hauls. But this creator, more than anything else, wants to inspire us in a spiritual way. You'll get an idea of that when you get into the shorts videos that now have 2,600 and 2,700 views and beyond. This creator is now approaching 900 subscribers as well. She's done quite a few live streams, but she's also reset and restarted her channel, and actually joined her once for what turned out to be a 4-hour conversation. She's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for all of that time. and is still here with us frequently as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with 10 the sheep where you are. Don't pass them by. We'll push them towards that 900 and get them officially on the road to 1,000. I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Travel Escape with the Brooms is here. I wonder if Corinne's Life or the Stock Explorer is still listening. Just let me know if you're still there. And then they're both hard workers, so they're in and out. Travel Escapes with the Brooms is from our nation's capital, closer to Ottawa. He is here as a member and a moderator, as a matter of fact. Did I spin the wheel? And yeah, I almost ripped off Butler Family Farm's chance. But luckily I caught that. So Phase Yoda King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku will come up next. But Butler Family Farm is up right now. And we'll see what they've got going on their 116 acres of farmland. And they've let us know bees will likely be here before the end of the month. They've got quite a bit of information on their About page, and they let us know that on their farm we're going to find cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, and cats and dogs. These creators, though, Jerry and Susan, split up the camera work on their channel, and they bring us a look at everything that it takes to run 116 acres of property. And I promise you there is a lot to it. I'm constantly amazed, learning frequently, if not in every single piece of content. As well, Jerry might be in the shop, and they both head out to a lot of different places to collaborate with other creators. They literally do in-person meetups frequently. So when we look at the live streams on the channel, you get more of an idea about that. There's Jerry and Susan right there. They typically go live every Monday night, and I joined them a couple of weeks ago, but they also recently did a show. This is the Soil Family Expo, so they were there. We saw some other familiar faces come by as well. Sometimes they're giving us a chance to get to know them, and often they're doing StreamYard panels as well. They're introducing us to more influential creators all the time. They've caught a few of these big meetups, like the Mid-America meetup that happened last year with 80 channels worth of creators and supporters, and these Ozark meetups that are frequent, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces on their channel as well. Now, shorts for Butler Family Farm have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, even 25,000 views, which is fantastic, and their channel is now approaching 3,900 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They're going to start getting ready to plant soon. On the farm. I understand different geographical locations have different dates for that. Sweet Melissa, thank you so much. And then look at the live for Monday. The Butlers are split apart. Oh, so Jerry's going to be over here on the east, mid-east side, and then Susan's going to be over in California. Interesting. So we'll have to see what they're doing with that. But that's a nice way to give a bit of a teaser, because they just did a road trip together. I think they said they were driving 14 hours or something like that. It was at least 12. I'm not sure if the whole drive was 14 hours or something like that. I caught a little bit of it live during some of these streams. So monetized, lots of ways to support them, including Super Chat and memberships when we get there. And Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan have been over the top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here in the Tuber Chat family for quite some time. Like I said, I joined them a couple of weeks ago on their Monday night live stream. If you dig through a couple of those, you'll find it. And we were joined by Milk Honey Heritage Farms as well, I believe, right? I hope I'm not mistaken. I did like 3 panels in 2 weeks or something like that, and then now I'm probably confusing them. Rambling with the Brooms is Scott again, and total trip was 20 hours. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I love driving. Longest I ever drove was 14 hours though. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And next up, we're looking at Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku, who's been a longtime friend as well. They're here with us frequently. And the Adventures of Kenny and Debbie. Forgive me, I didn't say hello, but it's good to have you here. It's time for me to add some names to the wheel. So before we talk about this gaming and animation channel, let me see what I can do about adding a couple of names onto our wheel from our chat list. Pardon me, that's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Yes, 4 hours at 5 miles per hour. Oh, do I ever love traffic. That's the biggest reason why we had to move the stream today. If it had been smooth sailing across Toronto at 5 p.m., which is impossible, then I might have actually made what we were doing in time. I got on the road. My truck was in for repairs. When I got out after 4:30, whatever it was, I finally got on the road. I was like, it's impossible. Can't happen. Let me see what I can do about adding some names to the wheel here from our chat list. I wonder if Life as Jaleesa is still with us. And then the key to getting on the wheel and the screen is to be active in the chat, of course. So we're going to get the Adventures of Kenny and Debbie and Wheat's Art, which was Wheat and Shaw. I'll get that channel onto the wheel right now. And for anybody that's still listening that hasn't been on the wheel or the screen, just please be active in the chat. We'll get to as many channels as we can. And then Michael's Adventures has a premiere for us in about 50 minutes. Oh, yeah, Butler Family Farm needed a new starter. I've been through one. So I've got a truck. I don't know how to do the mile conversion here, but I got 330,000 kilometers on an F-150. It's 11 years old now, so I'm doing 30,000 a year. But it's time for catalytic converters, and I'm lucky I had 2. And camshaft positioning sensor and everything else. So it was as much as I thought it was going to be and about 20% more, which is fantastic. And I've still got an exhaust problem, but that'll be a quick fix. So we know these are coming down the road when we get a new vehicle. Thank you, Rambling with the Brooms. And yes, and by the way, thank you to our moderators, especially. Thank you to everybody, because I moved the stream with very short notice today. We were expecting to be on a few hours earlier, but because I couldn't have made it back, I put it a few hours later. And there you go, 250 on a 250. Is that 250K or 250 miles? Butler Family Farm, I'm just curious. I wonder if the conversion's like most things. I think it's 60, right? 60 miles to 100 kilometers or somewhere around there. Phasio to King, Naruto Luffy Goku, is bringing us video gameplay from Fortnite, animations, other popular games, and ideas. Some of their shorts have done really well. I'm just going to grab one of their videos. They post frequently, but they tend to post short videos. When we look at the actual shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 10,000, 11, and 13,000. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead, I thought we looked at your channel at the beginning of the stream. I'm pretty sure we put your channel on the wheel when I had to add a name section come up, which was, I think, an hour ago, something like that. Please forgive me if I'm wrong, and I think Pete will probably know whether that was right. I'm certain of it, though. Actually, I can look here. Am I mistaken? Oh, I might be mistaken. I'll put Bella's Whisper Farmstead on the wheel, but I was certain. Oh, unless it came off when I cleared the wheel. That might be a possibility. which is another reason why I clear the wheel. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yes, forgive me for that. Pardon me. Phase Yoda King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku also brings us live streams. Those are frequent, as you can see, usually multiple times a day. I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list as well. Just get them some watch time. They're at 3,600 subscribers. They've got that well locked in, but hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards the 3,700 they're thinking about. Scratching Wolf is still on the wheel. Yes, I'll spin. We'll get another channel up here. And then, so yeah, forgive me for that. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. If anybody is certain they're supposed to be on the wheel and I am mistaken, it's probably for that reason. I either made a mistake or cleared the wheel, but please don't be shy to give us a nudge, because I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody does. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead is somebody, Ree's Blissful Connections is up on the screen right now. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is somebody who found the Tuber Chat family just a few weeks ago, has been here for every stream, but at the top of the list. So forgive me, Ree's Blissful Connections, but look at what I've got here. So this is Streamlabs. And these names change a little bit based on activity in the chat. Of course, Scratch and PPA is always at the top. But Ree's Blissful Connections is there. Sweet Melissa today. Bell's Whisper Farmstead. Butler Family Farm. You know, like the usual suspects, I like to say, are always up here. It's based on engagement, not just how long you're here. So you see that the creators who are having conversation with each other in the chat are the ones who are getting on the top of the list. Let's just say there's a Stock Explorer too. I'm going to get them back on there. Here is a member and a moderator. Pardon me. And then Ree's Blissful Connections is up here right now. Usually we don't do this. Let's take a 3.5 minute break. We'll come back and talk about the channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. All right, we're back. We're about to talk about Ree's Blissful Connections. Stona OG Music, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And when we look at Ree's Blissful Connections, we see a creator who's a professional educator, a homeschooling mom, and they share a lot of tips when it comes to organization, time management, now some book reviews in their latest videos, and they've split up the content a little bit over Christmas. They brought us a Vlogmas series for self-care, which was a little bit different, but something we've seen many times. And then in the beginnings of their channel, lots more homeschooling and goal setting and planning ideas. When we look at this channel shorts, we see more variety, like I keep saying about most creators here in the Tuber Chat family, regardless of category or niche. Most creators bring shorts into their channels, and this channel has gotten into well over 1,000 views on a couple of them, one over 4,900. Which is great to see. So Ree's Blissful Connections is another creator who goes over and above to support all of my channels, for which I'm grateful. Feels like every time I post anything, there's a comment from Ree's Blissful Connections, so I appreciate that. And they're at almost 1,300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone, and then we'll spin the wheel, we'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are here from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. I will put them on the wheel right away because they happen to be members. And then we're looking at the Stock Explorer, who's a moderator as well as a member. And Nora has been with us for what I believe is about 3.5 years as well. Now over 2,000 subscribers and got that nice and locked in, well on the way towards 2,100. Nora is going to talk to us about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way, with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like NFTs and options trading. This creator often has product in hand, and I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from that company, and then unbox it on a live stream. So this is Nora, obviously another dynamic creator, somebody who cares very much about those of us here in the Tuber Chat family and their community on YouTube. When we look at the shorts, we see a bit of variety, like I say, for most creators, but Nora's had some success over here at 2,600, 3,800 views on a couple of these, and one that is still moving at 9,800 views. And then when we get into live streams, there are a few different types of live streams here. So sometimes Nora's having friendly conversation. I've joined them on their channel before for a couple of hours, and then they often have StreamYard panels. They do a lot of lottery ticket scratching, and you'll still see them frequently doing talks about stocks or possibly touching on crypto a little bit. And the Stock Explorer streams frequently. Nora is a very hard worker, so they mix things up, but they're on when they can. They collaborate with a lot of creators, and they have a very fast rolling chat. They rival those of Garden State Gardener or Scratch and PPA and a few others. So it's a lot of fun to be a part of, very exciting and fast paced. Now, of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And like I said, they're a member and a moderator. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. For that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. Thank you, The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie. We'll see you again soon. I'm very sure they're incredibly supportive. And then when we look at Tropical Buzz, this is a second channel from Nora, the Stock Explorer, where we get 251 subscribers and lessons about a lot of plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. When we look at shorts on the channel, these are starting to move also into well over 600 views. And we'll be looking forward to new content. This creator happens to be in Florida. So let's spin the wheel, and then we'll get another channel coming up. Tendinitis, and now bronchitis and pneumonia. My dear goodness, yeah, Mike and Rihanna's adventures. I went through a thing there. Not that I want to hijack your idea, but I just went through what apparently was pneumonia. I didn't actually feel sick at all, except for taking over-the-counter meds. But I had lost my voice, and I thought it was laryngitis. And it turned out, no, it's pneumonia. I had to go for chest x-rays and all that, so that was not fun for a couple of weeks. But hopefully you're doing what you need to get better, and we know that that's something that can pass in almost every case, right? When we look at Cabarar Gaming, we see a friend that's been with us for about 3.5 years as well. I've got them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. And then The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie. We're just stepping out of the chat, but these creators are incredibly supportive. So we'll read from their About page. They're in their RV 6 months out of the year. See, this I think about, my dear goodness, right? As I'm... we're all getting a little bit older, every year, this, that. But as I continue my own getting older journey, if we want to call it that, I start to think about the snowbird lifestyle, being in Canada, where we're allowed to be in the United States or out of the country, let's just say. I forget what the rules are, but in the States, it's 1 day short of 6 months. And I think about that as an idea as well. But I think it's really cool when a lot of people are going through the RV lifestyle, and that's a cool way to do it. It's half the year, right? I've got their video on the front page from the Florida Everglades in my catch-up list now, but they let you know what they're doing on their channel. Incredibly supportive here on YouTube as well, and they've been part of the Tuber Chat family for as long as I can remember. They must have been with us for getting on 1.5 years, maybe, to a little bit longer. They came in with the homesteading channels, and then they've got some indoor content here, a lot of outdoor content for us, of course. Shorts on the channel, these have started to move into 9,000, 10,000 views, one at 71,000. My dear goodness, I wonder if the thumbnail has something to do with that. The live streams on the channel are bringing us a lot of outdoor content as well. They were just live today, and hopefully we'll catch them. We've got our notification bell on for every single channel, of course, so we can catch as much content from each other as we can. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, you've heard it from a few people here in the chat. It seems that they are incredibly supportive. And rambling with the brooms. I think about it. My grandparents were snowbirds. They had a place. This is why once in a while I'll mention the idea that I've been to Tampa. I've been to Tampa once, 10 years ago, something like that, 15 years ago, for moments. I saw the Tampa nightlife. I've never seen so many cars with dubs on them in my life. But what a vibrant nightlife. But when I was very, very young, too young to remember, I was in Daytona. My grandparents were in Daytona and had other family in Tampa, and was able to go there. But my grandparents would live, Scott will know what I'm talking about. There's a really tiny town called, I say tiny, it's growing, but it's called Halliburton. It's about 3 hours north of Toronto. And they had a cottage on the tiniest lake. But it was cool because they would, it was faster to go by little fishing motorboat over to the town. I think it was called Gooderham, if I remember right, outside of Halliburton, and where they had like one post office and one general store and one variety store and that kind of thing. And it was faster to go by boat than by car. So my grandfather would take me and we'd go fishing and all this stuff, and I learned to chop firewood and all that stuff. But the snowbird lifestyle, meaning you live, for Canadians, we would be here during the summers when it's warm or hot or whatever we want to call it. And then a lot of people go, particularly to Florida. I think Arizona's gotten a little more popular for that. But somebody like me, I think I would end up planting myself somewhere around Tennessee. Or somewhere with cruise ports, if I can make that happen. So I'm thinking about it. Let's say 5 years from now is time to start really thinking about it. And there you go. Yes. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I love Canada, its beauty and its infrastructure, and I'm proud to be Canadian and everything else. There's my little Canadian flag, which is the most important thing on my desk, of course. But I love the States as well. There's a feeling, right, when you cross the border. I've been lucky enough to cross, I'm not exaggerating, somewhere more than 150 times, maybe as much as 200 times. But there's this feeling that I just love crossing the border. And there are small cultural differences that we find the farther we go, of course. I'm sure you'll all agree with that as well. And absolutely, to Missouri, I would come. So what I wish for, and forgive me, it's not, we got no time for story time now, but what I wish for is to be able to cross over and have, like, I don't need a big RV or anything like that, but what I would do is have a trailer maybe, and cruise like all over the States. I used to have a dream when I was a little boy, which is long past now, but I used to think that I wanted to see all 50 states. Odd that I'm not as interested in all 10 provinces, or now 12 or 13, whatever it is with our territories. But I thought it would be cool to visit the capitals or the biggest cities in all 50 states. But now that we've got so many friends around the world, especially with our YouTube channels and things like that, it's within reach. Right? So if I'm lucky enough, I might start getting a chance to get away for short bursts of time sometime this year, and then perhaps someday longer periods of time. And I got lots of gloves. I got backup work gloves when I get to Butler Family Farm. And then, wow, Rambling with the Brooms is over there all the time. My dear goodness. So forgive me, another couple of Canadians, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures from Alberta. They bring us a couples vlogging channel with a lot of travel talk as well. They'll take us in their home, give us a chance to get to know them. They will take us outdoors, pardon me, for a lot of different types of adventures, including some travel. And then these creators, Mike recently became a travel agent, so there's a lot of travel talk on the channel, including some live streams. Mike and Rihanna together have a lot of shorts here that have gotten into 2,600, 5,800, even 6,700 views and beyond. And then live streams. They've got another one coming up on Sunday. Sunday Fun is their regularly scheduled live stream. It's been going on for as long as I can remember, and they've done a few others with StreamYard panels where they get into travel talk and different ideas. And then Rihanna's Life Adventures is a second channel from these creators. I think they've been with us for about 2 years as well, maybe longer. I used to say they came to us from the homesteading community of channels, which is not quite right, because they're so supportive that I see them with a lot of the homesteading channels, and because they bring us a mix of indoor and outdoor content. I might have said that repeatedly. However, they bring us more vlogging than anything else, and Rihanna's Life Adventures is complementary content to that as well. We get a chance to get to know her a little bit better. Mike is featured, of course, on this channel just as much, and these shorts are starting to get hundreds of views. Live streams are occasional, so we'll see if Rihanna's going to come up with some new content on this second channel. She's at 90 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the, pardon me, first 100. We know that's an important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then, did we look at Globey's travels? Or did I pull them off the wheel when I cleared the wheel earlier? I'm just curious to know. She stole my thunder, still in the house. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Yeah, forgive me for that earlier today. It's because I clear the wheel. I got to think about that too, because after I add a name to the wheel, when we clear the wheel, then we got to check again if everybody's still there. I'm going to find a different way to do that maybe, or a better way. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is working on 600 subscribers, so this is a homesteading channel. They're posting fairly frequently as well, at about once a week on average, but they're going to bring us indoors and outdoors. And some shorts on their channel as well are going to get into 2,600, 3,000 views and beyond, a mix of indoor and outdoor content. I'm still getting to know them, but they're in north central Georgia, and I actually have family in Atlanta. The family that moved from Tampa moved to Atlanta. Live streams are an idea for the future, and thank you for that, Scratch and PPA. And yeah, sometimes I get confused because we've got creators like Globies Travels has been with us every day lately. Bella's Whisper Farmstead has been with us every day. So I'll use that as my excuse, but it's easy for me to get confused and think, hey, did we just see that channel or was it the last live stream? And then let's look at Canadian Family Life. So I'll describe them as coming from the homesteading community of channels. A little bit more so maybe because they do some container gardening and a lot of cooking videos as well. And this is where a lot of the indoor and outdoor content comes from. Our homesteading friends will talk about things like canning and preserving and things like that. Canadian Family Life brings us grocery hauls, cooking videos, a lot of family togetherness, including in their recently produced trailer and this impeccable container garden that I talk about all the time. They've got a brand new video here. I'm just going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them as much as anybody can. They post frequently, actually. That's Tiffany. So we've got a few Tiffany's in the Tuber Chat family, but Tiffany here, Canadian Family Life's with us almost every day as well. And then Lori's Tech Time is from Memphis. Yes, I've not been to Tennessee. I've just got friends that are there, but my understanding is the town is all music and nightlife and partying, which I really don't do now, but I just think it's vibrant. And there's something that draws me the idea over there. Yes, the mind is the first thing to go. I wonder about that all the time. I have to turn to my son. I'm like, listen, I got to tell you something, man. I forgot my keys today. You got to pay attention to this because if I forget my keys too many times, we got to do something about it. And I'm always overly concerned about that. Canadian Family Life is here working on 3,200 subscribers with shorts now that have gotten well over 2,500 views on a few of them. One at 5,500, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. She's got one coming up in a couple of days. Yes, so that's Sunday. Oh, she moved it. Yes, I see. Because it will be after Tuber Chat. So episode 700 of Tuber Chat is going to be at 3 o'clock Eastern. And then we know that Canadian Family Life will be live afterwards as well. Now, Canadian Family Life goes live about once a month. But they give us a chance to hang out either with Tiffany or the family. And they're one of the first channels that we know of to be monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. And then let's spin the wheel. Chris's Creation Fun. Oh, actually, forgive me. I don't know why I wasn't thinking to put that channel up right away anyway. We're going to do one more 3.5 minute break. Pardon me. And then we'll come right back. I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And we'll talk about Chris's Creation Fun, which is Tiffany's husband, for a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Cruising on the High Season Travel is in the house. Good to have you here. After Tuber Chat in another 25 minutes or so, we've got a premiere coming up for Michael's Adventures, who's a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. I'll leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes so we can clean up our connections here. But of course, he will allow everybody to connect during his premiere. And I'm not sure how long that one is, but it'll be right after Tuber Chat. We still got enough time to go through quite a few channels. So, Chris's Creation Fun, Tiffany's husband, has brought us 3D printing and now some do-it-yourself videos working on repairing that 3D printer as well as some solar equipment. We're expecting more variety from Chris's Creation Fun as he renamed the channel a while back, and he's working on 100 subscribers, now at 89, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Life as Jaleesa, I'm going to put your channel on the wheel right now. And we'll look at shorts. Chris's Creation Fun has started with these already. Hopefully we'll see some more soon. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Wheat's Art is going to be the next channel that we look at. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. All right, we're back. We're about to look at Wheat's Art. Oh, I thought this was... Oh, so Wheat and Shaw started another channel. I didn't realize that. I thought that this was restarted. I haven't seen it yet, so forgive me for that. I know you've been in the chat a few times here, so it's the first time we're looking at it. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, although it looks like I've already been... Oh, that's just the thing rolling. It's okay. What I'm going to do is take your longest video here at 4 minutes 58 seconds. I'm going to put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, put your notification bell on. like I do for all channels, and that should make our connection stick. And then I'm quite sure you've got our notification bell on as well, and have for a while, so I appreciate that. They are at 500 and even over 600 views on some of their shorts also. So this is going to be interesting to see. I'm always impressed with artistic talent. Because my talents come only in technical details. Anything with a computer I can do, except art. But I'll be looking forward to seeing what you're doing there. I'm that much more impressed when it comes to artistic talent of any kind. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, forgive me for that. Scratch and PPA, thank you for letting me know. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is back in the chat. I've got them on the wheel and now on the screen. So 663 subscribers. We'll talk about their content. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. When we look at Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, we see somebody who's here with us just about every day, and I also see them out supporting other creators. They let us know on their channel. They crochet, sew, draw, paint, garden, thrift, and travel. We'll find a mix of all those things throughout their content, as you can see. And then when we get to shorts for this channel, we see that these have also started to move into up to 800 views, and that one's still climbing. Pardon me. And then when we get into more videos, we see that this creator's posting fairly frequently as well. So Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, like I said, is here with us frequently and active in the chat always, but I also see them out, like I said, supporting other creators. And now we'd love to push them up to the 700 subscribers that we know they must be thinking about. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. You see that I dropped a link for our dear friend Michael's Adventures. He has a premiere coming up right after Tuber Chat, so anybody can go over there whenever you'd like. We got a few more channels to go through here. His premiere will have a nice long intro on it to give us a chance to get through an extra channel or two if we want to. But he will allow everybody to continue connecting the same way we do here in Tuber Chat, as we would expect. So I've pinned that link. It'll be easy to get to. We should roll over there automatically. Judgment Day Mike Harper's here. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And Cabarar Gaming is up on the screen. This is a creator who mixes up a lot of video gameplay, posts every single day, whether it's videos or shorts or live streams. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm going to take their latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them, and they mix up all kinds of different popular titles in their gameplay, as you would imagine. Jose Fantasticville, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at shorts from Cabarar Gaming, you see how shorts can have a lot of power when it comes to a gaming channel. This is a good example where these have gotten into 15,000, 45,000, and 62,000. And then live streams on the channel as well are frequent, almost every day from Cabarar Gaming. This is a longtime friend of well over 3 years. When we look at Cabarar Vlogs and Adventures, we get tips, tricks, tech, tutorials, and adventures from the same creator behind Cabarar Gaming. So some of the tutorials start to get a little bit advanced over here, but very informative. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see these have started to pick up into 150 views on one, 700 on another. Those will likely continue to grow. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's chasing some watch hours right now, but hopefully everybody will continue connecting with them and pushing them towards the 1,200 subscribers on the second channel that they've gotten to. And like I said, an incredibly supportive creator and has been for over 3 years now. And we'll spin the wheel. Scratching Wolf is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. And Scratching Wolf is here with us frequently as well. I see them out supporting others. I should probably grab the link for our raid and then we'll talk about this channel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I see Together We Travel in the house. Brandon's recovery is here. We might have time for another couple of channels, so I'll try to keep it moving. And then we'll get to as many as we can. I got 3 on the wheel right now. So Scratching Wolf is going to bring us lottery scratch tickets, which is a huge genre on YouTube, of course. We've seen a couple channels with tickets today. Scratching Wolf has got some videos here that a brand new video today. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's going to give me a chance to get caught up with them a little bit. And this creator I've seen on other channels as well, supporting others. When we get into shorts, we see that they've gotten into 2,400 and 3,400 views and beyond. Live streams on the channel as well, up to even a week ago. So hopefully they'll post more and more live streams. We've got notification bells on so we can catch them, and we'd love to push them towards the 300 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Travel Escapes with the Brooms, we see Scott from Rambling with the Brooms with a new travel channel. He's just started posting over here, but hopefully everybody will connect with him, help push this channel towards its first 100. Travel Escapes with the Brooms comes to us from our dear friend Scott, who's here as a member and a moderator, and somebody who's an advocate for helping others grow, especially when he finds channels that are under 100 subscribers. Rambling with the Brooms is the original channel. This creator does come to us from the homesteading community of channels, bringing us both indoors for a chance to get to know him or outdoors for a look around the property, sometimes out on adventures and sometimes even travel now, sometimes even at big meetups where he's willing to travel literally hundreds of miles away. And Rambling with the Brooms is working on 3,000 subscribers. He's officially on the road. I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with him. I'm expecting to meet up with him in person in a few weeks. There's Scott right there. He's got some shorts that have done really well with some famous winter Canadian weather, getting into 2,000, 3,000, even almost 8,000 views. Of course, he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And when we look at Rambling with the Brooms, we see that this creator does a couple of series of live streams. So he does Shenanigan Fridays as well as Procrastination Thursdays that have been going on for as long as I can remember. StreamYard panelists are frequent on the channel, and he's got a project coming up as a collaboration with a dear friend, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, where they're going to cruise from Seattle to Alaska for a week in the summer, August of 2025. And they're hoping to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters over there. So you get lots of information on Scott's channel. And again, he happens to be a member and a moderator. Every single moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way that we do here. So next up, Judgment Day Mike Harper, and is just saying, now, did you get a copyright strike on a live stream or a copyright claim, Judgment Day Mike Harper? I'm just curious to know, because if it was a live stream, I'm hoping you're going to say it was a claim, not a strike. Cruising on the high seas and travel. I'm going to put your channel on the wheel right now. Life is Jalisa is still there. Judgment Day Mike Harper we're talking about. This creator's getting close to 500 subscribers. They're at 441 right now. They've got information on their about page that we can learn about the creator behind the channel before we get in there. They've gotten into some video gameplay and a chance to get to know Judgment Day Mike Harper here. Shorts on the channel have moved into 1,000 views, even 1,400 1,500. And then when we look at live streams, this creator's live frequently, so even up to almost a week, just over a week ago. Hopefully we'll see some more from this creator, and he's got a second channel. Michael W. Harper is where we get another chance to get to know him with some DVD reviews as well. So he posts over here occasionally. When you look at the shorts, he's gotten into over 400 views over here as well. Hopefully those will continue to grow, and this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. We'll take it one at a time, but cruising on the high seas and travel is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on in their channel. Feathered Friends Homestead, good to see you in the house. And if you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then let's look at cruising on the high seas and travel. This is the first time we've got this channel on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos, and I might take this 7-minute one. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I see a lot of Canadian flags over there. Oh, you're here. You're actually only an hour away from usually where I am. So another fellow Canadian in the house. So cruise news, cruise vlogs, and travel news as well. So we can look forward to that. And let me have a look in the chat. Feathered Friends Homestead. I'm going to get onto the wheel and we'll spin. And we'll get to Brandon's recovery as well. And Life is Jaleesa is still there. I'll drop the link again for Michael's Adventures premiere. And thank you, Scratch and PPA, for dropping that a few times. But yes, Sunday is episode 700, which is a fantastic milestone. We always do something special. And I hope everybody can join us. So we made it mid-afternoon Eastern on Sunday to give us the best chance to catch as many people as possible. Cruising on the high seas and travel. I did just say Feathered Friends Homestead is coming up. Let's see what they've got going on their channel right now. And I happen to be in, I live in Niagara Falls, but I was born, raised, grew up in Toronto, and continue to work around there. Feathered Friends Homestead has got almost 500 subscribers. So this is Kim, Chuck, and Peanut. And they have got quite a few more videos. I'm behind, so I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's from today. And that will give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. And obviously homesteading channels, like I always say, is going to bring us indoors as well as outdoors. Lots of indoor content here and some, I don't know if you call that, do you call that container gardening? Kristen has one of these now. I got her one of those things to grow a few spices, and boy, it looks like a jungle now. I couldn't believe it. It took 2 weeks to get anything happening, and then all of a sudden, like, it just exploded. But I'm not sure if that counts as container gardening. And then Shorts on Feathered Friends Homestead has gotten into 1,500 views and beyond. There's Peanut right there. And then lots of playlists on the channel so people can binge watch their content. But Feathered Friends Homestead is frequently found supporting other creators. I run into them constantly, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. You'll get some of that support coming back to you as well. Let's spin the wheel. Life is Jaleesa's coming up. I hope everybody's going to come and join us. I dropped a link a few times. It's pinned also for Michael's Adventures premiere. He will allow us to continue connecting the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. When we look at Life is Jalisa, we see 84 subscribers over here, and I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the first 100. We know they're thinking about that. They've got a couple of shorts here, and then when we look at the videos, we see that they've gotten a good start here, and hopefully we can push those a little bit farther as well. One of them's almost at 100 views, which is great to see. So they're going to do vlogging, lifestyles, routines as well, and they've got a little bit of information here on their channel. They use some CapCut there, it looks like. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get one more channel up onto the screen. It's going to be Brandon's Recovery. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend here, whether you're just coming by quickly to say hello, give a thumbs up, or running the stream in the background. I know we've got quite a few friends that do that. This is Brandon's Recovery. And let me just make sure I've got the right creator. I know we do because we're subscribed already. Monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we love to push them towards the 2,200 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And they're posting fairly frequently, an average of almost once a week. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. I can see I'm behind. They got shorts on their channel. These have now gotten into 1,800 views, and one of them at 6,400, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel as well. They seem to bring these out every month or so. Hopefully we'll catch them for another one. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. We're going to drop the link again for Michael's Adventures premiere. I hope you will come over and visit Michael's Adventures. He is a dear friend, and you'll be able to continue connecting the way we do here. Thank you to our moderators again, especially because of the almost no notice that I gave today moving the stream around. But we're set for Sunday. Nothing should stand in our way for episode 700, and the 4-year anniversary of Tuber Chat should follow in just a couple of weeks. So thanks, everybody, for the time you spent today. I hope we'll see you again with Michael's Adventures, and if not, we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.